Hello again, this is Sam with Certum Solutions, welcoming you back to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking again about Cin7, this time focusing on warehouse management. You might be struggling with warehouse efficiency. If that's something you're struggling with, go ahead and click that link below, get that demo scheduled with us, get that free consult scheduled with us here at Certum. So let's get started. So we can see here, again, home screen, dashboard. We can set this up for warehouse management and production, see orders, see what's available, what's on order, what we need to make. As been mentioned before, we're going to want to take a look at our reference books. Okay, this is where we're going to set up that initial base for your warehouse management. Okay, so this is where we can set up shipping zones. We can set up our locations and bins, different places to help, like locate your stock, right? We can set up discounts for you to measure order routing, so we can say whatever sales order is placed, how does it flow through not only system, how does it flow through our warehouse? Okay, we have different staging areas for that. We can set up different, product discounts, deals, RMA processes, right? So if whenever an RMA comes in, how does your warehouse handle that? You can set that up here. Next area where we can go to, after we've got all that set up, we can go here into our production settings, right? This is going to be where a lot of our warehouse management happens. So if we go here to setup, here we can see we can set up all our different resources, okay? So this helps us with our capacity planning. We can say we have different, craftsmen, tailors, painters, different machines, how much do these machines run, right? Machines might run 24 hours a day, but craftsmen might only run 8 hours a day, right? So you can set those up here, set those limits, so that way you can set your production schedules, and then you can help manage your lead times. You can help see how long is production going to take, right? What is lead time going to be? Set up resource, set up work centers. So this would be, right, as we talked about running that order mapping, we can set up different locations where things happen, right? We have assembly stations, inspection stations, painting rooms, wood storage. We can assign resources to these. We can assign materials to go here. Whenever we're setting up production bombs, we can set those up to run through these different areas, and we can have the system trigger it where it tells the people in those areas what they need to work on, what they need to do. We can also set up and say if it's a co-manufacturing one, right? So this one, right, we have ABC Furniture. It's a co-manufacturer for us. But they're still a work center for us, right? Because they're in the middle of a process. So whenever something goes there, it's still a work center. Okay. We can also set up our factory calendar here, right? So we can set up our calendar, set up what days we're working, what days we don't, what are our off days. Okay. A lot of things we can do there. We go back into our production area here. We can check out our scheduler. Okay, this is where we can go and schedule those resources, right? So we set up our resources, we set up our work centers. We can use this here to schedule at our production facility, right? All of our production, right? So we can see, with a scan chart, shows that we're behind schedule, shows we need to make this, shows how long it should take to make these things, how long each of the different work center steps go. We can adjust priority here. We can break this out now, see different runs. Okay, we can add in some things medium urgency, super urgent, right? We can go here, edit in the mode. We can break down resources. Okay, we want to look at product inspector. We want to look at our leather machine, craftsman, right? We can break that down. It's going to be a really powerful tool for your warehouse managers to use and for any schedulers to use, right? To schedule that warehouse. Make sure we aren't going to go over capacity. Make sure, right, that we're not going to have those stock outs. Make sure we're going to be able to meet our order needs. Okay. Another area we can check in that production area here too is this capacity planner. So with this capacity planner here, we can take and look right at how much are our resources at or over capacity, right? We've got planned, we've got what's been released. We can look at these dates. We can see what's over allocated. Okay. Lots of great things you can do with this. Okay. That's going to get our production. That's going to get a lot of our base warehouse stuff. Now, warehouse management isn't just, a large portion of it's production, but it's not all about production. A lot of it has to do with our inventory management here. So if we go into our inventory section of the system, we can look at how it'll help you. So we can see here, right? We can look at our availability, see what's available, what's where. We can click hover other products, see what's on hand, see what's been allocated. We can use this to determine if we need to make another order for something. All right. We can also conduct a stock take or an adjustment here. So a stock take is going to be when we are doing a physical count, right? We want to go in and recount everything, put it in there, set new numbers. An adjustment. Hey, maybe we're painting something. Maybe we knock over the bucket of paint. Can't use that paint. It's on the floor now. So we can write that off with an adjustment. Okay. Stock takes, can also be used for cycle counts. Cycle counts are really important because they can help you maintain accuracy without having to do those full physical counts. Right? Really, really good stuff to do there. One of the great things about this system here too is that we can also look at this MRP section, right? Fortunately, this does not have any in it, but if it's something you want to learn more about, reach out. We'll get you a demo on the MRP section of Cin7. So another section we can look at, transfers, right? We can transfer products between warehouses. So let's say we're making something in a New York office or in a New York warehouse. We need to move it to a Texas warehouse. We can transfer it in the system here super easily. We can even take it down to a smaller scale. Let's say we've got a warehouse across town. We can transfer between those warehouses. Super easy to do in this system. Very, very simple to look at a transfer, right? Just very simple stuff to fill out. Say yes, okay, this is what's getting transferred. This is where it's going. Right, transfer, bam, easy. Okay. Now, you might be asking yourself, or might be saying to yourself, hey, I've got a warehouse manager, maybe have a production scheduler person that I use, but the guys in the warehouse that are going to be needing to use this, that are going to needing to be inputting this data, right, are actually doing those production orders, doing those processes, logging their times for what they worked on. Right? They don't have access to a computer. We don't want them to have access to a computer. This system has an outstanding mobile application and floor management tools that can be used, right? So what a lot of companies do, they'll set up like a tablet workstation. If you have guys in the field that already have a company provided cell phone, set up the Cin7 app on there. Then they can go through, log the material that they use. If they have something that gets damaged, they can send in an adjustment. If they're having to transfer, let's say they're pulling material from a shop room onto their truck, they can move that material using the app, and then you can have a manager go in and approve that and say, okay, yes, this is correct. This is what got taken. You can do a lot of restrictions on those roles to say what they can and can't do in the system. And it's set up really easily there. If you would like a demo of those mobile applications, put a comment below. Let us know if you'd like to see that. Could be one of our next YouTube videos to put up here. As we mentioned, Cin7 can handle multi-warehouse tracking. We can manage our picking, packing, shipping. We can manage our entire warehouse and then some in here. Now, Cin7 has some very advanced warehouse capabilities and also integrating with other systems. We can run through in almost any warehouse configuration that is needed. If you are interested in learning more about how Cin7 can make your warehouse more efficient, make it be more exciting, give you some insight that you might not know about before, reach out to us. Let's schedule that demo. Let's go back to our home screen here. So in conclusion, if you're struggling with warehouse efficiency and you're looking at Cin7 Core, book a free consultation or demo with Certum Solutions. That link is going to be in the description below. As always, make sure to like, subscribe, comment if there's any more inventory, manufacturing, any topics you'd like to see more info on. Leave that comment below. Again, this is Sam and Sam with Certum Solutions. Thank you for your time today. Schedule that consultation. You're going to love Cin7 just as much as I do.